Hey there, welcome to another episode of the Real Estate Investors Marketing Show, where we help real estate investors gain more leads, stronger relationships, and more deals through the power of online marketing. I'm Lindsay Phillips, your content coach and expert on all things content marketing for entrepreneurs and real estate investors. And of course, I am here with...
I'm Aaron Hughes, a real estate investor and the world's only exclusive real estate investing copywriter.
Awesome. So it's been a while since we've recorded a new episode, and we are going to crush it today because we are going to tell you guys and give you some wicked tips on how to create call to actions that boost conversions. So I think, Aaron, like a lot of times people miss opportunities to use a call to action and it's okay to tell someone to do something. In a nice way.
You tell me what to do all the time.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
I'm joking. We can edit that part out.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think, if you don't have a call to action, you're not writing copy. You're just writing something informative. And if you want people to take action, you got to tell them what to do.
Absolutely. And I know, it's like they're not going to read a blog and just be like, oh, I have to know their services, or I have to know how I can make money with them, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And there are so many opportunities. And I think sometimes people only think that there's like call to actions on a landing page or on a blog, and like that's it. It's like there are so many opportunities. What are your favorites or your go-tos?
Well, let's see. I really like, I guess it depends on who you're writing to.
True.
And where you're writing. But before I get to that, let me just say, I'm glad you pointed that out, that there are lots of different places, because when I think of calls to action, I automatically think of emails and landing pages. But just before this call, when you and I were chatting about the topic, you were great to mention a whole bunch of places that we should be putting calls to action. So before I tell you my favorites, can you just give the listeners a thought about all the different places that they can have them? Give us a great list.
I'll give my my list. So you can give a call to action at the end of a video. So if you're doing a live Facebook, or if you're pre-recording a video, at the end, like a call to action can be to subscribe to your YouTube channel. If you are recording a podcast, it could be to review your podcast on iTunes, or of course, go to a certain website to get a free this, that, and the other. Some others are, when you're doing podcast posts or blog posts on your website. A ton of us have that real estate that's on the right-hand side. It's called sidebars or the side widgets, and that is killer real estate. Some people put like their social feed on there so people can connect on social, but like advertise some of your services, your podcast, one of your lead magnets. There is a ton of opportunity there. PS on emails. I always pay attention to people's signatures. Social media posts. What else? Commercials within a podcast. You can, if you've been podcasting for a while. Any others that you can think of that maybe I missed?
No, I think that was really good. Well, I think like pop-ups.
Yes.
And, and postcards, direct mail. Ooh. They all have a call to action.
And actually, you brought up a good one earlier, and that was in emails. Because, of course, a lot of people may email out like e-newsletters, or when a podcast has gone live, they share that, or, just tips in general, right? But, yes, we want to inform, and yes, we want to serve, but don't be afraid in the PS or anywhere else. Like, hey, if you loved this material, make sure you go here and get your free XYZ. Or, if you enjoyed this content, make sure you go here and buy, the course so that you can really deep dive, or if you want to just fast track your progress, book a strategy call. Because people click it, and people always look at the PS on emails.
Yeah, they do. They do. So now with that great introduction, I'm going to answer your question to me about what my favorite calls to action are. Now this is going to be convoluted, so we may have to edit this part down too. I may have to re-record it later.
All good.
Favorite calls to action are ones that are going to move people through your sales funnel.
Yes.
So if you got someone at the high at the top end of your sales funnel, you got, say, a cash buyer who has never heard of you before, then a great call to action is to something like, join my VIP list or something. So sign up here to get updates on our latest deals.
Perfect.
Then further down, once they're getting your emails, then my favorite call to action in emails would be, something like, click here to learn more about this offer, right? If you send out a great like turnkey wholesale property through email, then click here to learn more or to let us know that you're interested. So those are some good ones. And then on the call to action on the motivated seller side, I really like just like call or text today to find out how you can get a fair cash offer for your house.
Ooh, I like the texting call to action. That's a good one. Sometimes I forget about, we obviously use texting, but sometimes I kind of forget about using that as an actual call to action, because you can even launch funnels just from someone texting, offer to blah, blah, blah to get something free. But like you said, even just from a sales perspective, text me that you're in, and then you can start that conversation and connect with them.
And if you're doing direct mail, postcards or letters to a motivated seller, text is great, because I find doing an email call to action to a motivated seller doesn't always work, but doesn't always work as well, depending on the motivated seller. But a lot of motivated sellers, especially people say in foreclosure or financial distress, or who are who live far away or a little bit older, they're not using. They might just want to pick up their phone and text or call right now because they are, burning hot in need of a solution.
Well, and also with text, the open rate, the read rate, and the response rate are like considerably higher than an email would be.
Yeah.
And so it's a win-win, right? And people, they have their phones right in front of them, and they're more likely to text back versus, the email, I'll get to that later when I go through, my massive inbox.
Yeah. As far as I can recall, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but text has one of the highest read and response rates of any sort of communication medium right now. So if you can use text, that's a great plan.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what is your feedback in regards to the language used for your call to action? Granted, some of them, review in iTunes or book a strategy call. But you kind of see there's different words, right? Download now, submit here, register here. Do you have any tips on some of the language to use?
Yeah, I really like the word now in a title or in a call to action. I like now a lot. One thing I see people doing a lot is submit, which I don't really like as a word, because no one ever wants to submit really. So, if you've got sign up for and even the word sign up, I don't love sign up either. I think I used it earlier, an example, but I don't love it. I really like join. So if you're trying to get someone onto your email list, for example, like a cash buyer onto a cash buyer email list, then join our VIP lists or something like that, or, click here now to download, the free report or something like that.
I know, and I like kind of weaving in some of the benefits, like activate now, or save your seat if it's a webinar. I know I'm trying to think of some of the different examples that I've used for clients, but just kind of weaving in that benefit, start growing your e-list now. If your lead magnet was how to grow your e-list fast, so that the benefit is tied into learn this now, or get higher ROI, buy this now, and just make it super clear and consistent. Have you ever seen landing pages where the call to action at the top is different from the bottom, and there's you have to have consistent language, or people are just going to get confused?
Yeah, and on a related note, you should really, there are some exceptions, but you should really try to only have one call to action.
Oh yes.
All the way through your landing page or your email or whatever. Don't try to pepper calls to action. I'm always telling clients, lots of clients want me to put in 4 or 5 calls to actions to different things. The confused mind says no. have one thing that you get them to, and
Mhm.
then always follow up with a different email and different communication to get them to do something else.
Yes. And what is your take on pop-ups? Some people hate them. I don't know. There's so many mixed reviews.
Yeah, I mean they work.
They
I
do.
don't like them. I find them annoying.
But there is a good way and like a good way and a wrong way. Like I think exit pops are extremely like they work. They grab people's attention. And so for those that don't know, maybe if you're on a page to buy something or you're looking at the product or whatever it may be, and then you go to click off and close out that page, a pop-up will come and either give you a different offer, or it will, hey, before you go, you can actually save 20% if the next 5 minutes. Or obviously it's not going to fit, real estate investors, but it just kind of gives the out-of-box thinking. And even this has worked well for a client of mine, is the Exit Pop actually offers a free resource. So whether it's an online training or a checklist, so they may not buy, so especially if you're doing Facebook ads for something, they may not buy, but even if you can at least get them on the e-list and then nurture them, and then, they will buy later.
Yeah, I'm okay with an exit pop. Yeah, if you want to know how not to do it, I would say go visit any recipe site in the world. Every recipe site has like
you're so right.
1,000 pop-ups.
God.
I'm like, just give me the recipe already, and
Yes.
not another pop-up, please.
No. And it's better that you can time them, right? Like if you scroll down a certain way,
Yeah.
if they're a new user, only show it every 5 days or 5 visits. So it's not like every time you go to the site. And, give someone time to read the thing that they want on the page before you pop up an offer, or you are going to turn people away. Absolutely.
I'm biting my tongue because I can think of a couple really notorious, horrible examples. I don't want to just
I know.
bunch of people. So
I'm sure everyone has seen them at some point.
Just being in the marketing world, you see them a lot, right?
I know.
What do you think of having graphics on your calls to action, like on a button or something?
Absolutely. And oh my God, you must have been reading my mind, because I was just about to talk about blogs. Some people will put like a little sentence at the bottom of a blog article to say, give me a call, basically. But I love the look of it, but just the effectiveness of having different graphics, because it breaks up the text. And if someone is just scanning your blog and they're halfway through and they see a call to action there versus at the bottom, and then the graphic can like showcase whatever the thing is, whether it's a call, whether it's a checklist, whether it's a template of a contract, or due diligence report, whatever that may be. And then you just click the graphic and then you can, get the thing. I think it's just way more effective to grab someone's attention. I've even used graphic call to actions in a PS, because I just find it grabs attention more than like a couple of lines of text and then the word like hyperlinks. And it's testing, and don't be afraid to, add a couple of call to actions, especially if you have 1,000-word blog and there's lots of real estate on your page, so to speak.
Yeah, that's really good. And not just images, but GIFs too. Like sometimes they can be
yes.
cheesy, but man, I've been trying some out and they've been working really well. So
They are.
Yeah, a little bit of motion or visual engagement is great.
Yeah, and it's just what is going to grab someone's attention. Now, one of the mistakes that a lot of people do with call to actions on a landing page, I just want to bring this up because I think it's super crucial, is that on a landing page, whether it's a sales page for a product or an opt-in or lead magnet, sometimes it's like you don't get that call to action button until you're like way down. And by doing so, you are going to miss so many opportunities. Always, even if you're not going to have the form, at least have a button in that top fold of the landing page. And it can, when they click it, it can push down to the form or push down to the price chart or whatever. And just, especially if you have a long sales page, have more than one button. You need to have a ton.
Yeah, that's really good. And then if you're using the sidebar, as you mentioned earlier, You can don't just put it in the sidebar, put it down at the bottom too.
Yes.
Halfway, you know, three or four links in the page is totally fine. Some people are going to read all the way to the end, and other people are going to be so motivated that they click the very first one they see.
Yes. And here's a bonus trick. So if you're, because I'm sure like real estate investors, they may only have a couple of call to actions, whether it's a strategy call or getting on the e-list. So if you want to know the effectiveness of those, you can actually use Bitly links, which are tracking links. And you can give them a title and a name. So if you have a sidebar widget that has a button that's going to your landing page, or you have graphics in your blog, or you've got it in your PS, or you've got it at the bottom of emails, if you have a different link for each scenario, then you can see where you're getting the most action and where you're getting the most signups for that lead magnet, which will be a huge indicator for you.
Yeah, that's really good. And you don't even have to use Bitly either. If you just put a question mark behind your link, then anything you have, any information you have following a question mark will just show up in your analytics, but won't impact the link itself.
Nice.
Yeah.
You bonus link tip.
Yeah, that's right. Right. Little tip for everyone. Add a question mark, and then all that data afterward is just for your information and doesn't change how people will experience the link.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want everyone to think, like, when you're speaking, when you're doing videos, when you're emails, every marketing piece has an opportunity for a call to action in some way. And it can be, you don't want to be crazy salesy, but again, if you like this post, click like. If this video helped you, share an aha moment in the comment section. So many different kinds of call to actions to get engagement, to grow your e-list, to get sales, because there's different goals, right?
And that's a great point that you talked about. You don't have to be salesy. I would say that there isn't any call to action that needs to feel salesy. And I think if you struggle with having people click your links, sometimes it's because you're coming across salesy, and sometimes you feel salesy because you think that it's a big step that they have to take. Like, for example, here's a bad example, so don't do this. It would be like, click this link to sell your house fast for cash. I see that sometimes, and I don't think that's a great idea. I think a better idea is to make the call to action really simple, a very small step. So if you think that selling your house fast for cash is actually just like it's 10 steps, there's a whole bunch of things involved in order to actually sell your house fast for cash. So don't make the clicking of the link call to action the whole thing. Make it one small step in the process. Like click the link to get a free quote or something like that. So that you're making it really simple for them to take a next baby step rather than a big scary step.
That is a huge golden nugget. That was awesome, Aaron. That is so true, because you want to lessen the barriers, and you got to think about the psychology and what the audience is thinking, what they're feeling. Like, yeah, if I click this link, what am I committing to? So yeah, just doing that first step versus like the whole concept. That's awesome.
Good. Well, thank you. And it works for on the buyer side too, because let's say you've got cash buyers, and even if they're motivated to buy cash flowing properties, they may not want to click this link to buy cash flowing properties. They should just click the link to learn more, or click the link to join your list of preferred buyers or something. I know I just actually was checking out a site this weekend, and it was like, click the link to get our free report on something. But then once you click the link, they didn't actually send you the free report. You end up having to fill out this huge form that they're going to try calling you. And so it felt like a huge step rather than one tiny baby step. They would have been better off breaking up that huge form into like 3 or 4 little smaller calls to action.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. And it's like, even by taking that one step, you can still follow up with them. It's not like you're going to lose them. You can still nurture them and grow that relationship and convert them. So yeah, it's not an all or nothing deal, right?
No, that's right. And you've got them on your list and with a small step, and you can always just build a relationship over time.
Awesome. So that I hope that helped you guys think about different ways to add call to actions to increase your e-list, increase your conversions, your engagement with people, your relationships, feel free to message us, of course, with any other questions that have to do with call to actions. So, of course, this is a wrap for the Real Estate Investors Marketing Show today. And thanks for listening, and congrats on taking steps to market your investing business. And so our call to action, my friend, is for you to join our Real Estate Investors Marketing Group in Facebook, where we share strategies, tips, tools to grow your authority and build more relationships and market your real estate investing business. So you can head to reimarketinggroup.com.
See you later.
All right, ciao.
Bye.